Okay. It started recording now, yeah?
It's almost. It's trying. It, it's
Look-
try. There we go. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so I was thinking about birthdays because it's Dov's birthday today. Hooray! And it was Rafi's birthday the other day. And I had been watching, talking about what I loved the film Lost Horizon that was in the 30s, and I think I mentioned it the other week. But there's a point in it where the monk says that every time we celebrate a birthday, um, we put a fence around our around us. There's a black square keeps appearing, but don't worry about So so I thought if I want to say happy birthday, what does that really mean since we've never really been born and we've never died? I thought I'd love to find another way to say it. So I came up with this little poem which I today dedicate to you, Dov, and to you, Rafi. Every time a birthday is celebrated, we fence in our mortality. Instead, say happy eternity, which is the truthful reality. So, Dov and Rafi, I wish you a happy eternity and many returns of the now. And in your divine presence, I most humbly bow. May you radiate your godhood and not be coy, and receive gifts in plenty of abundance and joy. So happy eternity to you, happy eternity to you, happy eternity, dear Rafi and Dov. Happy eternity to you.
Merci beaucoup.
So, and I asked Joni to start recording because Rafi was saying exactly what is so lovely to this, that particularly on Facebook, that when it's our birthday and it's announced, as you were saying, we suddenly get all these greetings from all over the world. So, Rafi, I just want if you could just talk about that, and you were saying about it, of course, being a reflection.
Oh, yes. On Facebook, emails, phone calls, people in person. And it started a day or two before my birthday, and it's still going on. People are still, Kevin, I'm sorry I missed your birthday. And it's, what's today is the 11th or something, or the 12th, and it's still happening. And now it's Dove's birthday, and I'm sure the same thing is going to happen to him because the love you put out is the love that's reflected back. Everything out there is our consciousness. And people, like I said, two people reminded me that that was what was going on. And I was just sitting home doing nothing, watching a ball game, releasing and releasing and releasing, and just being one with my quiet mind, and the inundation of good wishes and happy feelings and love and all that just kept coming and coming, and it still does. And I'm sure, like I said, I was going to experience the same thing. That happy eternity thing that you wrote is absolutely right, spot on. Wow. It just says it so perfectly. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. So many happy returns of the now. And of course the now can't return. So it's not strictly true. But what we're returning is that we are little mortal we. It's like a reminder for us to keep returning back to the now, to the now. Which I always need. And anyway, it just becomes more like building a muscle in the gym. I'm sure that you all notice that you far more in the now than you ever used to be, that because you catch yourself so quickly as well. And but that's what I would wish for everybody, that they have many returns to the now. And that's where all the gifts are, the true gifts, aren't they? Yeah. So Dov, do you want to say anything? Got your hand up, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I don't really celebrate birthdays, but everyone around me celebrates my birthday the same as what Rafi had just said. Yeah, I have 3 or 4 profiles on Facebook, so I get I get lots on every one of the profiles, and I used to answer all of it. I answered a few today, but the main reason I don't celebrate a birthday is I don't believe in specialness. Specialness is the idea that this day is more special than any other day. No, they're not. It's not more special. They're all the same. You get into equality and sameness and oneness and the now. In the now, there's nothing special at all. It's all included equally in now. So yeah, I think by letting go of specialness, you're purifying your mind because the mind believes that certain things is more important than others, and that's losing your true values. Your true values are the peace of God, the love of God, the kindness, the light, and these don't fluctuate at all. They are all the same.
I mean, absolutely. I mean, that's the thing that everything that no 24 hours, because 24 hours doesn't exist anyway. I mean, it's all a myth. But I'm a Leo. I know all this stuff that I'm sharing. I'm not going to pretend. I do love to have a big celebration. No, I don't mean a big celebration. It could be with just one person doing something really lovely and memorable. But the thing is, it's not about age or anything like that. I've never attached age to a birthday, and I never ever, somebody's got their 60th, 70th, whatever birthday. I never get a card with that on or say happy 70th birthday or any of that. I don't, it's just I just see it as a day to just join with friends and stuff like that. Go on, Dov, sorry.
Jump in for 1 second. Of course, you're a Leo. Leos are so theatrical. And here is another actor, Rafi. Go ahead.
Yeah, good.
What my birthday was Wednesday, and for me, it was only Wednesday. And then there's a number attached to it. I can't relate to the number.
No.
None of that stuff means anything. I was just at home, and it was get up in the morning, do what I do my meditating, do my releasing, blah, 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 blah. It's the same thing that I did every other day. And then I get a call from people, we want to take you out for brunch. I go, okay, thank you. And I went back home and I did, it was, there's no thing, there's no like, there's nothing special. If there's special, there's individual. There's no such thing as individual. But the love was an indication of the oneness, the consciousness, our beingness. That's that's what resonated. That's the thing that kept that kept hitting me is there's a perfect a beingness cuts through the dream and shows you I'm here. And that love was cutting through the dream and showing you I'm here and I am you. And that's what resonated more than anything. But the day was it's just somebody said it's an indication of how many times you've been here. The earth went around the sun. Okay. What sun? What earth? What are we talking about? It's a dream.
Yeah, it is. It's a dream. Go on, Lynn. Thank you, Rafi. Absolutely. Absolutely spot on.
All right. Well, here I'm gonna just first off say to Rafi, that's what you always tell me when I say, man, I can't believe how many people love me, how many people are, wanting to help me, blah, blah, blah. You always say that's a reflection of your love. So everything you're getting back is exactly what you're putting out. You tell me that all the time. So I know you tell yourself, and I'm grateful for that. But I have a maybe because I grew up in the 60s and I was a little witchy and did a lot of astrology and reading of tarot cards and all that kind of stuff. I came to have an understanding or a seeing in that time of that all things are arranged in a specific way that's so perfect. Every day of the year is set up in a certain way. All the stars are set up in a certain way. Everything is like just perfectly set, perfectly planned, perfectly set up. And I could see that when I was a kid. It was like so clear to me that everything is so perfect. And so then when I found A Course in Miracles, and the first time I actually ever went to a group, they gave us out these little cards that had the day of the year and the day of the lesson of the day. And you could look on it and see what lesson fell on your day, which I know Dove also uses. So when you look and you see what lesson falls on your day, and then you can go and look and see, oh, what is the meaning to me? Excuse me, I'm having some allergies, or I'm having a fight with nature right now. And I can't tell which is winning, probably both. Anyway, so then I started looking at it and recognized that I saw my birthday lesson, and immediately I was just, well, first off, I was touched because I thought, Jesus knows me because he keeps giving me outs. Because in my lesson, it says, if you forget to do this, just, excuse me, try to remember next time. And you may be reluctant, but you keep trying to do it. So I thought, Jesus is telling me all this, trying to keep me pep talks. But then I was working with a guy named Lewis, who was we were doing the lessons every day, and he didn't know it was my birthday. So he started up on my birthday lesson, and he said, look at this. This is all about how wonderful you are, how much God loves you, what a perfect, I mean, he was just going on and on and on. I was sitting there in tears because I had never seen it that way. But it was my birthday lesson, and it absolutely fits me perfectly. So then I recognized, oh yeah, well, whatever it is, your birthday lesson, it's a lesson for you. Dove, hands that out as well. I'm gonna have to stop talking.
Oh,
But yeah, it's all perfect. Our birthdays, the day we're born, the hour, the minute, the second we come into this dream, that is the perfect time for me. And it sets me up for the lessons that I'm here to learn. It's all started from the beginning, and here I am like a rolling stone, rolling down the hill, just picking up every bit of whatever that comes to me. Anyway, thanks for letting me
Yeah, I
share.
must just say, Lynn, that's absolutely. I think that that's totally true as well, because of the fact that everything is so perfectly set up, and there's just undoubtable truth in that and in what you say, and thank you so much for that. Every word of what you said, I loved that. Thank you. Dov, were you going to read the lesson for your today, what your lesson is for today, if you want?
Oh, no, I wasn't going to read the lesson,
Oh,
although
I
it
see. Yeah.
would be a great lesson. I loose the world from all that I thought it was. And it's the only lesson of the 365 lessons in the course that says there is no world. This is the central theme that this course teaches. And after there is no world, it's an exclamation point. He makes a point out of it. And some people just go right by that thinking, well, yeah, there is no world. Not even recognizing if there's no world, there's no dove. But I did want to say something about this. I do I do say exactly as you just said. Everything happens perfectly. We live in a sea of synchronicity within a ocean of love, and everything happens perfectly. Now I heard Ken Wapnick say that literally something like 45 years ago, and when he said it, I was sitting in the audience, and I'm saying, well, wait a minute. If everything happens perfectly, and there's only 365 lessons, and everyone has one of those 365 days as the day that they were born, what's the possibility that you were born on the very lesson that you came here to teach? So I did the count in those days, and I came up with that I was born on the 132nd day of the year, which is lesson 132. But I happen to be born on a leap year, which is 133. So I include 133 too, which happens to be one of the most valuable lessons in the course. The lesson 133, which is tomorrow's lesson in a non-leap year, is I will not value what's valueless. What's valuable belongs to me. And he gives you two criteria to determine what has no value whatsoever. The first is if something begins in time and ends in time, it has no value to you, the eternal. And the other one is if something belongs to you and the others don't have, or something belongs to somebody else that you don't have, whatever it is has no value to you, because that's a belief in space and distance. And this space, distance, and time are all part of the same illusion. You know, time is the vast illusion, as the Course in Miracles says. Now, the reason I put this up is yesterday, John Sunday wanted to know what his birthday lesson was. I have a chart here. So if anybody here wants to know their birthday lesson, I'd be glad. It takes 1 second. All I need is your month and your day. If you don't want to know the lesson, it's fine.
Rafi's got his hand up.
May 7.
What?
May 7.
Oh, well, that's easy. May 7th is lesson 127. And 127, I believe, 127. I don't know 127 offhand. If someone knows, please say it. Yes, Linda, go ahead.
You're muted. Can't hear you.
10th month, October 5th, 10th 05 day.
Okay, October 5th is lesson 278. Lesson 278.
Okay.
Let me see for Rafi, because I know he doesn't have a book in front of him. Lesson 127.
I got it.
You have it?
Yeah.
Vince has got it.
There is no.
There is no love but God's.
That's a great lesson. There's no love but God's love.
And for Linda, lesson 278, if I am bound, my father is not free. I don't like my lesson either.
I love that. If I am bound, my father is not free. Wonderful.
You haven't seen it correctly yet. That's all.
I know. But I would see some of these lessons go, oh, I like that one better.
They're all one lesson, though. That's what you get. It's all one lesson.
I know.
Which one?
Yes.
February 25th.
February 25th. Yeah, February 25th is lesson 56, which happens to be a review lesson. 56.
But December the 3rd.
December the 3rd is lesson 337.
And December 15th, hey, John, we're both Saggies.
December 15th is 349.
I have already chosen what you will. That you will. I have already chosen what you, capital Y, will.
Mandy, did you want yours?
You did mine last time, but yes, please do it again. You said it was a review lesson, but yeah, it's 6th of August.
August 6th. That day will go down in
flames.
lesson 218.
Are you going to read these lessons out then? I thought you were going to read them.
You want me to read them? Oh, okay. You're right.
Yeah, each person's lesson you could read out. And just for anybody watching, we are reading, this is all coming from the Course in Miracles, and everybody's just submitting their birthdays to Dov, and Dov's going to read out their birthday lessons.
Andy, your two review lessons, which come on, I am not a body, I am free, I am still as God created me, which he repeats 23 times in the Course. But your inner lesson is only my own condemnation injures me. My condemnation keeps my vision dark, and through my sightless eyes I cannot see the vision of my glory. Yet today I can behold this glory and be glad.
Well, that relates so much to my entire life and lesson. So I absolutely thank you very much for yeah, that's absolutely spot on. Thank you. Perhaps you could read each person's lesson out. Vince, what was yours again? Your birthday? What was your
February 25th, lesson 56.
Lesson 56.
read it out if you got it?
Lesson 56 is I got 56. Okay. Lesson 56 covers 5 lessons. One is my attack thoughts are attacking my invulnerability, which happens to be one of my favorite lessons, by the way, because that's the truth of everything here. We are invulnerable, but whenever I see somebody as less than or different than or not as good as, I'm attacking my own glory, my own invulnerability. And then the second of the 5 review is above all else I want to see. That's a great lesson. Above all else I want to see.
What I love the best, yeah.
That's followed by, this is the third of the 5. Above all else I want to see differently. I want to see, and includes the next 2 are I know it's Brooklyn. A lot of you don't know Brooklyn, but this is her favorite lesson. God is in everything I see. And the next lesson is God is in everything I see because God is in my mind.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you. And what was Rafi's again? What was Rafi's?
Oh, May the 7th.
May the 7th.
What is it?
Oh no. Yeah, May the 7th.
Oh, I'm sorry. Right. May the 7th. Yeah, well, yeah. God's love. But I mean, the others were kind of short. This is a little bit longer. 127 is there is no love but God's, and it goes on for 2 1/4 pages if you want.
Don't worry about that.
But you find a lot in the first paragraph. So I'll read the first paragraph.
Please.
Okay.
Perhaps you think that different kinds of love are possible. Sorry. Perhaps you think that there's a kind of love for this and a kind of love for that. Sorry. The sorries are me, by the way. A way of loving one person, another way of loving still another. No, love is one. It has no separate parts, no degrees, no kinds, nor levels, nor divergencies, no distinctions. It's like itself, unchanged throughout. It never alters with a person or a circumstance. It is the heart of God and also of his son. That's paragraph 1. Can you imagine? You can usually find the whole course in the first paragraph. And then in the italics, which he always gives you something to meditate on. I bless you, brother. It says, let me get into it. It says, we will remember them throughout the day because we can not leave a part of us outside our love if we would know ourselves. At least 3 times an hour, think of one who makes the journey with you, who came to learn what you must learn. And as he comes to your mind, give him this message from yourself. I bless you, brother, with the love of God, which I would share with you, for I would learn the joyous lesson that there is no love but God's and yours and mine and everyone's. That kind of sums up the lesson.
Wow.
One love, not 2. One.
Oh.
One includes all equally. Is there anyone else who wants to take a look?
Did you want, Jenny, did you want yours?
Sure, 12:15. And John's was 12.
Wait. What is the lesson?
Oh, I'm sorry. 12:15.
I'll give it to you. 12/15, December 15th is lesson 349. So,
Oh, it is? That's okay. Today I let Christ's vision look upon all things for me and judge them not, but give each one a miracle of love instead. Oh, I like that one.
Lovely. They're all lovely, aren't they?
that's the one that you thought it was, by the way?
It wasn't, it was different. So is that correct? 12/15?
December 15th is 349.
Well, that was different. Thank you. I like it.
Okay.
Says the ego.
Today I let Christ's vision look upon all things for me and judge them not, but give each one a miracle of love. That's exactly what Jesus is a man who saw the face of Christ on all that he met and remembered God. So that's the message of Jesus.
Yeah, thank you.
That wasn't your ego liking that better. That was just speaking to your soul. That's all it was. That wasn't
it was. It does speak to my soul.
at all. No.
John Jones is what?
John, are you there, John?
Oh, John's was 12/3, maybe. What was your birthday? Oh, you're on. You got to unmute, John.
My birthday is October 14.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh.
my daughter's birthday is December the 3rd. That's why I asked her about that, you know.
Oh, so you're on October.
Whose birthday is December 3rd?
My daughter.
Your daughter. Okay. Yeah, October 14th. I should have remembered because that's my brother's birthday too. October 14th is lesson 287. And 287 says, a little drum roll, please. A little, okay, alacrity here. 287 is, you are my goal, my Father, only you. It says, where would I go but heaven? What could be a substitute for happiness? What gift could I prefer before the peace of God? What treasure would I seek and find and keep that can compare with my identity? Capital I, identity. And would I rather live with fear than love? And the prayer for it is, you are my goal, my Father. What but you could I desire to have? What way but that which leads to you could I desire to walk? And what except the memory of you could signify to me the end of dreams and futile substitutions for the truth? You are my only goal. Your son would be as you created him. What way but this could I expect to recognize myself and be at one with my identity? Capital I.
Thank you, Dove. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I'm loving the way this has evolved because I had two poems, didn't I? So Joni, we'll save the other one to next week. But I'm loving that this is about the real meaning of birthday and non-birthday, and aligning this to these beautiful lessons. I think this is lovely, this expansion. So I'd love to hear everybody's lesson. Sharon, I don't know if you were there. But if you want to come on whenever you feel like it, I would love to know your birthday. And in the meantime, I'm ever so sorry, I forgot to write it down. Could you just give me, sorry, could you just give me the number of the birthday lesson again for me? Sorry, it was 6th of August.
Yeah, right. August 6th is lesson 218.
218, that's it, yeah.
Yeah. 218 happens to be a review lesson of two lessons, of one lesson, which he says is the entire course. He actually says any one of the last 20 lessons in part one of the workbook, lesson book, any one of those is the entire course, and 218 contains one of those 20 lessons. And it's only only I can condemn myself. That is your lesson.
Yeah.
Only my condemnation injures me. I am not a body. I am free. I am still as God created me. and my condemnation keeps my vision dark, and through my sightless eyes, I cannot see the vision of my own glory. Yet today I can behold this glory, and I can be glad in it. I am not a body, I am free, I am still as God created me.
You know what? I've got a question for you. You know, it's interesting because, like, I mean, that so resonates with me as my lesson, but I can't imagine that it wouldn't resonate with everybody. It's like everybody goes through this, don't they? Everybody goes through the shame, guilt, despising themselves, being horrified by the way they were before we started to awake, before we started to realize that when we hurt another person, that we're stamping on our own foot, and the fact that it takes so many years, doesn't it, in some ways, to get to the depth of the understanding that there are no private thoughts as well. That, I mean, what does it mean to know that God knows every single thought, that every single one of us thinks every single moment? It's like, we could claim one of these lessons for ourselves, but because on the one hand it does, I mean, that resonates with me absolutely, but it also resonates for everybody because there is only one mind, isn't there? Do you know what I mean? I'm sort of asking you, Dov, in a way. I'm sort of kind of, yeah.
I want you to know 198 is one of my favorite lessons, but I don't use the word condemnation. I use the word judgment. It's the same thing. Only my own judgment injures me. Only my own forgiveness sets me free. Now there's a paragraph in it. I call it priceless. And this is what it says. It says, "Do not forget today that there can be no form of suffering that fails to hide an unforgiving thought, nor can there be a form of pain forgiveness cannot heal." I love that paragraph. Very short and sweet, but it says the whole course. Don't forget, there can be no form of suffering that fails to hide an unforgiving thought, nor can there be a form of pain forgiveness cannot heal. So only my own judgment hurts me, injures me. Only my own forgiveness sets me free.
Yeah. Yeah, and then sometimes you're given people, aren't you, who are hurting themselves, and they come to you and they're telling you about how awful they are and how badly they think of themselves. And it's a reflection, that we can help them by knowing, because it's the same reflection. We've been doing it, and we want to lift all our brothers and sisters up as well as ourselves, don't we, to out of this awful self-judgment. I mean, I'm really glad you brought all this up, Dov, because I think it's a very very important thing.
What you just said reminded me of something I shared yesterday on the John Monday hour that we held. The word beware is used in the course only one time, but it's such a powerful one time. He says, beware of the temptation to perceive yourself unfairly treated. Now, it's really a joke in a way, because he knows that if you're here in a body, you want to be unfairly treated. You want to be a victim. You want somebody to attack you, because that's what egos want. You want to be unfairly treated. You might say, well, who would want to be unfairly treated? Well, the reason you want to be is it makes you innocent and them guilty. That's why you come here. Because we felt guilty, but we project our guilt out onto others. Oh, look at that person. He's so mean to me. He treats me badly. He does this. No, that's our own projections onto them. So he has one beware. Beware of the temptation. We're all tempted to perceive yourself unfairly, to be a victim. In lesson 31 and 32, he actually says, I am not a victim of this world. I invented this world.
I invented this will, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. And I mean I always say to people, it's a luxury you can't afford, you know. I mean, and you know, however you might have been unfairly treated and you're somewhere, but you can't express it. So you think when I get home, I'm going to really have a good cry or I'm going to really get into it. And it's like a luxury, you see. You don't realize that you're kind of making it as like a cream cake at the end of the day. You're going to really give yourself room to be the victim. Of course, this is a luxury we absolutely can't afford, and yeah, yeah, it's laughable. I've managed to really laugh through some big dramas in my life, you know, when I've seen that tendency happening. Not when I didn't. I mean, that was awful. Oh,
Karen,
so
did
so much.
you?
Sharon's
Oh, yeah,
there.
I have my hand up. Okay. Yeah, did everybody sing happy birthday to Doug?
No, no,
Yes,
no,
wait,
no,
yeah.
Yes, that's why I came. I normally I'm not able to come Mondays, but it's your birthday.
This is Mandy's program, and if she wanted to sing happy birthday, we would be.
it's happy eternity, and we already did it.
Oh,
Oh,
all
no,
right, I'll
no,
do it
no,
tonight.
no, Sharon, that was so lovely. And what I did was I wrote a poem about making. I was trying to think about differently about birthdays. We actually did sing happy birthday, because there's nothing wrong in that. Where's she gone? Oh, oh, have you just swapped the screen? Oh, right, I see. Well, just can you take it off for a second? Yeah, I'll just ask you when I want you to put it. Yeah. But thank you, Joni. So I was trying to think of a different way to express what we mean, because birthdays can, you know, when we think about birthdays, if we attach age to it or anything like that, it can sort of build a bit of a fence around us. And I was thinking, and it made me think about the poem for today, about another way of looking at how we could sing happy birthday. So now it would be great if you put it on. Thank you, Joni. And so we can, so we're going, so I'll read this again. Every time a birthday is celebrated, we fence in our mortality. Instead, say happy eternity, which is the truthful reality. So I wish you, and I'll wish Dov and Rafi again, happy eternity and many returns of the now. And in your divine presence, I most humbly bow. May you radiate your godhood and not be coy, and receive gifts in plenty of abundance and joy. Oh, thank you, Joni. You can take it off now. Thank you. So Sharon, it's you're absolutely right. We've made the whole thing about, and then we've been looking about which lesson is your birthday lesson. So what's your birthday?
Oh, January 14th. God did not create a meaningless world.
Oh wow. Oh wow. That's my favorite one.
Every one of them is
Well,
great.
actually, I said that before. Yeah, exactly. Every one of them. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Mm.
Normally Mondays I work, but today I'm not. So normally I try to be on if I can.
Oh, well, that's our gift then. Thank you for coming. Yes, Rafi.
I just want to share, I guess it's in the form of a gift. I was reading the autobiography of Al Pacino, and I looked at it, and I was reading, and I said, if I were writing my autobiography, what would I call it? And the phrase came, along for the ride. I'm just along for the ride.
Beautiful.
And that is, and I look back over my so-called life, this dream life, and everything that was supposed to have happened for my benefit did, including being a single parent, including having a great relationship with Miriam, including having a wonderful career, including a perfect health and loving relationships and all of, and I was just along for the ride. And that came under the categories of trust, surrender. I planned, just sat back and watched it happen and enjoyed it and very grateful for it all. And I don't know where I'm going with this, but that's what came up.
I
And
hope you write it. I really, really would love to read it. And it's great fun to do, by the way, writing a book. I hope you do it.
well, I've written a lot of stuff that I call prosatry, which is a cross between poetry and poetry and prose. And most of it is autobiographical. So I thought, well, maybe I should start assembling that and then, put a line, a through line that connects it all and add whatever is, needed to fill it out. But thank you. That's an interesting thought. Thank you.
I tell you something, if not that we talk in years, but but just for a moment, you start writing a book and it will add years to your life. Not that because we know you're eternal, but the thing about writing a book is it opens so much creativity to write a book about your life. I mean, also it's a benefit to all, but the most benefit is to yourself because you're mirroring back, and it's such an incredible learning experience to sort of look at it. And I love that title, Rafi. I think that's just fantastic. And a title is a very difficult thing to get. I mean, I couldn't write my little book until I got the title because the title makes a frame for it. So if you've been given a title, I always see that that's a gift from God to say directly to you, write this. Seriously, I mean that. Yeah, hope you do. Oh yes, Dov. Yeah.
Okay, I think Rafi's thought.
There's some funny noises in the background there. I'm just trying to work out if everybody else can mute because it sounds like there's a ship going past.
Might be some background. Okay, I was saying that Rafi's thought I think is wonderful, wonderful for all of us. That to come up with the title, and I love the idea. You have to do the title before the book. My wife used to say that she could write a book of my titles and it would be a bestseller book. I never get past chapter one. Actually, I do have a book, but it doesn't come from Dove. The ego came through me. Rafi has one of my books. He has the one called. Do you have the one called Into Oneness or The Open Mind?
The open mind, loving yourself, and I reference it every night before I go to bed.
So I do have a book. I didn't write it. Spirit wrote it through me. Now, getting back, I think that each of us right now could come up with the title of our autobiography. I was thinking as Rafi's talking, what would my title be? It came to my mind instantly. You gotta laugh.
Yes, I love that. I love
Fantastic. You've got to write that one.
If anyone here wants to come up with, I want you to know, I think it's very self-healing to come up with a title for your autobiography.
It is. It absolutely is. I love that. You've got to write that. Oh.
I don't have to write it. I have to laugh about it.
Just it's something to make you laugh. I watched a film last night. I don't know if any of you have Amazon Prime. I also don't know what countries get what because sometimes there'll be something on Amazon Prime UK that you don't necessarily get in America and vice versa. But this one, it had my favorite American actor who makes me laugh is Christopher Walken, and he's very funny. But I think it was an English made film actually, but it's called Plots, Polts for sugar, Polts, with a view, meaning your grave plots, your grave plots with a view. It's unspeakably funny, side-splittingly funny. Well, I thought so. So I'm just recommending that one because I love comedy movies. Yes, Dom.
I am definitely going to watch it. I have Prime.
Oh, good.
I love any movie that makes me laugh.
Yeah, well, I think you'll find that very, very funny. Oh,
Plots with a view.
yeah. Plots with a view. Christopher Walken's got the most ridiculous hairstyle in it. It's very, very funny. Oh, Vince. Hi, Vince.
Yeah, you just made me think of what my autobiography title was. Is years ago I picked it, in passing,
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's to reflect the different roles that we step into throughout our life
Love that.
and how that compares to passing for people who are trying like racially uh uh I'm not coming up with the words, but people who have had to pass as white or something like that to get by, and not be discriminated against, that kind of thing.
Mm.
So it's that juxtaposition.
Do you think you'll write it? Will you write it?
Maybe. I'm starting to write, so I'm in, Maureen's story salon and trying some different things. So who knows?
Well, I hope you do. I just would love to read everybody's his autobiography. That would be just amazing. Oh, I'd learn so much. Be great. Well, anybody want to say anything else or anything? Or shall we sing from this poem? We can remove the first two lines and just get straight to singing the happy eternity bit. It probably sound terrible if we'll probably have to do. I'll sing it because if everybody has their mic off, it'll sound
John
awful.
raised his hand.
Oh, John, yes, John. Hi,
Yeah.
John.
I would like to say something about autobiographies,
Oh, yes.
and it's not a bad exercise to write it at least once a year, and just notice that the shifts that occur in your own autobiography over time, just by writing it. And I found that exercise really interesting. It doesn't have to be a long story. I mean, you could write 10 pages over here, but it's amazing how the points of view shift over time.
Oh, I
Just
think that's absolute genius. I think that's an absolutely great idea. I'm going to do that. Yes. Thank you, John. I think that's brilliant. Yeah. Yeah, Lynn.
Yeah. Oh, first off, let me get this fixed so that they can hear me on Pal Talk. Where's my Pal Talk? Help me. I lost something. Hang on. So I didn't shut down Pal Talk, did I? That would be just about right for me. Oh, I guess I must have. Anyway, so I guess I'll just say it anyway. So a few years ago, I started writing a book because I had a long conversation with John Monday on the way to an airport, and he told me, definitely, Lynn, you need to write this story. You need to write this book. So I had the title I got from John Mark Stroud. I don't know if y'all know John Mark, but I got the title from him it should be called God is Free. And because the whole point of my story is that God gave me the freedom to live the life that I've lived, to do the things that I've done, which have been strange, unusual, and sometimes not what you would expect in the world for people to do because God is free. But as I was writing, as I was writing, I found that I was going in. I mean, I would sit here and cry. I would sit here and I would play this one song called "In Dreams" by Jai Jagdish, and all about, know you are loved. And I would play this song and I would sit here and I would write and I would cry and I would write and I would cry and I would write. And I mean, it was really cathartic for me. And I wrote a bunch of it. I did, uh, write quite a bit. But then but I was storing it on my computer because I had an extreme distrust of the internet. So and I didn't want to put it in the cloud or whatever. But then I lost my computer. It got stolen when I fell and broke my shoulder at the airport, and that's a whole nother long story that I'm not going to go into. However, I stopped writing, and then I started going back and reading because I had been putting on a blog, and I started going back and reading. And I'm like, oh, this is just, excuse me, the story of my ego, and all I'm doing is going into my story and reminiscing and getting upset about it. And I realized how dumb that was, so I quit. But excuse me. But the blog is still up, and you can still go read the posts. But why is my screen not coming up right? Anyway, that's all I really had to say. I tried to write an autobiography, but it just was a crazy story that I needed to work out. And once I worked it out, I didn't need it anymore. So there we go. Anyway, back to you, Mandy.
Thank you. Yes, John. Thank you, Lynn. John, have you got your hand up? You've got your hand up. Yeah.
I just want to add one little thing about the autobiography, because remember what we're talking about is knowing thyself, and that is a story that never ends. There's no end to that story. But there's one addition you can add in autobiography is to build a genogram, and over the course of the year, as things arise, as you meet family or stuff like that, you can really get a lot of data that's going to support you on your stories, the stories that have impacted the family that raised you and surround you. So a genogram is huge to add to your autobiography for your own personal self-knowledge about knowing thyself. And I'm so happy that the conversation went this way today. And unfortunately, I got a nosebleed, so I'm nursing my nosebleed as I speak. I'm having my period.
Can you just speak? I'm not quite sure what a genogram is. I mean, about generations and family. Can you just make it a bit clearer for me?
To go back 3 generations on both sides of your family, at least 3 generations, and you know, like gather stories from the other people, because they're gonna build it for you, stuff that you have no idea about, but you'll get huge insights onto your characteristics and stuff like that, where this came from and where that came from. And just simply by asking those questions, there's hero stories in this, heroine stories in this, like it's amazing what drives our behaviors and our actions and our thoughts, our unconscious thinking, just by these filters. It's unconscious, but it's driving the bus.
Yeah, I haven't got anybody I could ask, and the ones that are are around, they don't talk about this. I used to say to my mum, I'd love to know more about your life and growing up. She says, I'm your mother. What else do you need to know? End of, So I don't know anything about my family because they're just, and I try same thing with my father. So if you're lucky, I agree with you, John. Absolutely. If you are lucky enough to have family that just love to talk about themselves or their lives, that would be wonderful. I wish I had some more history, but I don't, and I can't get it. But I'm going to think about that and think about it in other ways and ask God to supply some details as well, because I love it. So thank you for that. I think that's really valuable to think about. Yes.
So your creativity comes from somewhere, like it's inspired from somewhere.
Oh,
and even friends can let you know about this or that, these people or those people and what they know about it, so it's amazing. You must have some living relatives, or you're not alone. I mean, there's
well, not speaking once, not from any non-animosity, just
well, that's a huge story in itself. That there's secrets, family secrets.
I don't know them. Oh, well, thank you, John. Thank
So
you.
Mandy and anybody who wants to, you can go to a place on the internet called familysearch.com.
I'll never do that. My sister's into that, but
No, no,
and
no, no. It's a different thing altogether.
oh, sorry.
Okay,
Carry on.
I'm sorry. Okay. It is run by the Mormon Church. The Mormon
Oh,
Church does genealogical research on people. I mean, on everybody. They're trying to figure out everybody in the world who you're all related to. And so you can go into familysearch.com. It's totally free. Get yourself an account and then type in your name, your mother's, your father's, any information that you have about them, and they will build a family tree, and you will find out that you have ancestors that did stuff that you will be amazed about. I have my Lady Godiva is one of my ancestors. Saint Margaret is one of my great grandmothers.
gosh,
Uh,
I'm gonna write this
my
down.
ancestors came over here on the Mayflower from well, it was a roundabout thing, but they give you they tell you, I mean, you can find out about everybody.
Writing it down. Did you say familysearch.com?
Yes, familysearch.com.
Thank you so much. I thought you meant at first just a like my sister goes on a site and all it does is show you the family tree, but there's no characteristics, there's nothing about. But
Yeah,
this is
this
altogether
it goes
different.
into and there'll be you can click in and get newspaper articles about people, when people were married and when they died and things they did. And I have letters that people wrote from the Civil War. I had family on both sides. It's just fascinating then to see this lineage and to see how we rolled down the mountain.
How we
It,
roll down the mountain, I like that.
it's just beautiful.
So
So
much.
anyway,
I'm
Yeah.
still find it, but it's .org.
oh,
And
.org. I'm sorry.
Family
that's okay.
search.
Would have found it anyway. There's a PBS show that talks about when they use celebrities doing that very thing. It's so fascinating how
Oh, yeah,
people
we've got that one too. Yeah.
forget.
Over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also I wanted to say that I did look up that lovely movie you're talking about. Of course, Plots with a View is not available in the United States unless you look at it has another name called Undertaking Betty.
Oh, right. Yes, that was Betty's one of the characters. So sometimes they do that, and I don't know why they do that, but
I don't
sometimes when it goes to other countries, they change it. And also because it's from quite a few years ago, like 2000, it would probably be on YouTube anyway, like a lot of movies are. So it would be on
So that
YouTube.
just, yeah, I saw that it said it wasn't available in my country, but it did offer that alternative name, and I found that Undertaking Betty.
Have you got that, Dove? Yeah.
I already sent it to Dove.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, the thing about stories and past, I think if I'm really honest about me, um, I just can't get interested in it. And I think that's very bad of me, But it's just that I find it less and less interesting about backstories unless I actually know the people, really know them. So, like, I would love to read anybody here, Rafi's story, anybody's story. I would love it because I know them. But when I don't know them, even though I know what you're saying, about the relations and everything, but I don't. I will go on it, because I'm really interested and I'm very open to see how I feel about it, but I'm not usually drawn to it. And Adrian, my twin soul who Dove talked to recently, we were talking about this the other day because Adrian has had this massive awakening and he's like very new and he thinks that he wants to write a book and he says, I want to write it warts and all. He wants to write everything in that he ever did and everything that happened, as well as his awakening, because he said a lot of kind of non-duality or spiritual writers don't write that part. They just write about truth and stuff, and they don't put a backstory. And he said, and I agree with him to a certain extent, that people like to know what happened before. Yeah, I like to know what happened before, actually. You know, particularly when somebody's had a massive enlightenment experience, I'd love to know what happened to them before. But it's also not important. It's kind of important and not important. Do you know what I mean? I'm always sort of like, I don't know, the jury's out on that one. Yes, Dov, what were you going to?
No, I just wanted to mention to John, the easiest way to stop a nosebleed is to pinch your nostrils. I used to have when I was a kid, lots of nosebleeds. Pinch your nostrils, stops it.
The
Yeah,
actual nostrils. Yeah.
that's it.
Mm.
It
Anyway,
coagulates.
that is, now you see, that's really useful. That's what we want here, practical, down to earth advice. That's great. I mean, everything that's offered is utterly and equally valid, isn't it? Whether you're interested in stories or you're not interested in stories, we're living a story moment by moment. We are the story, aren't we? We're creating the story moment by moment. So, you know, it's all really interesting. Anyway, I think we sort of come to a natural end. So we're going to put the eternity vote, and we're all going to sing it to Dov and Rafi. Oh, John, did you want to say something?
Yeah, I want to go back to the title, because that speaks to metaphor. It speaks to the metaphor of your life, and that metaphor it gives you the meaning in that, you know, if you can come across there. The metaphor of your life involved with the title again is an idea that could bear a lot of fruit.
No, I agree with that, because it's like what I was saying before. It's like when you've got the title, it kind of gives a framework, doesn't it? It kind of it's like the starting board. It pushes you off and it gives you some direction. So that's why I couldn't kind of do my book till I got the title. It just, as soon as I got the title, it all just came, you know. Yeah, really, really important. Yeah. Dov, did you want to say something? Oh.
I never metaphor I didn't like.
I know, I love that one. I never get tired of that one. It's great. Oh, right. We're going to sing to you now. So you're going to put the poem up then. Oh, thank you, Joni. Okay. Right. So we can all sing the bit. Forget the first line. Just a happy eternity. Oh no. So I wish you happy. Oh, isn't it? Oh yeah, happy eternity to you, happy eternity to you, happy eternity, dear Dov and Rafi. Many returns of the now. May you radiate your godhood and not be coy, and receive gifts in plenty of abundance and joy. Love you so much. Thank you.
I just want to add one thing. I want to add just one thing.
Yeah, it's your birthday. You can add as many things as you want.
Eternity is endless nows. Endless.
That's the point.
Always now. It's always now.
Yeah, that's why I said that actually saying returns of the now is inaccurate, but that was speaking to the ego, because the ego keeps needing to return to the now so that it can experience that endless now. Yeah, yeah. Oh, it's been lovely sharing your birthday with us. It's it's been beautiful. So thank you, everybody. And Lynn, I don't know if she's there or not, but I really will look at that family search, because I'm interested now. Lynn, you always come up with some really useful nuggets, and I always take back after the call. So thank you.
It is so cool, because my family are Mormons, which so that I'm not a Mormon. I grew up a Catholic, but my birth father, his whole family are a big clan of Mormons. So so they know everybody who's ever been related to me. because we all get to go to heaven together if they know my name. So they had to know who I was anyway. And Vince has his hand up.
Yeah. Oh, Vince had his hand up. Yeah.
Yeah, this came up yesterday too. Someone suggested that when I brought up a problem, that the Course said that we have eternity to figure it out. And my response was, that's not nearly enough time.
I love it. Oh, that's brilliant. Thank you. Just want to say hello to Mary. Hi, Mary.
Hello, Mandy. Hello, everybody.
Okay. Oh. Oh, thanks everybody. And thank you, Joni, for all your wonderful tech things. Thank you, Lynn, for putting it out into the world, and Joni for